Hello, worldly crazy people out there. My name is Dragonite. Welcome back to Golden Sun Dark Dawn. Last time, we did a bunch of exploring around. Most notably, we met Obaba, Aelio's great-grandmother, who is a master or mistress of the Forge in Champa, and we were able to get some pretty cool items. Today, I'm going to go into this Lonely Island Ruins, which is a... I'm going to need the stylus for this if there's going to be a lot of this. It's going to be... some series of puzzles. Did I want to move it in that direction? I am... Actually, let me move that in the other direction. Alright. Let's go back where we came from. And... that's going to allow me to jump over here and also jump across here and grab this treasure chest. So that's going to be a vial. So that's some pretty good healing items if I am understanding this correctly. Anything I can do up here? I don't think so. Unless there's some, like, Son and Sense search, whatever, that I can do to make this work. No? No hidden anything? Alright. In that case, what if... So, I don't have any particular reason for wanting to do this, but let me move this back into the other corner. Because, just on the off chance that I do something that reveals more, like, more things that I can jump across, I might want to be able to access that area. Let's see. See, the top screen map here is really helpful because it allows me to sort of get a sort of preview of what the floor plan of the rooms ahead are. So, like, obviously, it looks like this is the one that I'm going to want to go through. Although, you never know when you might be able to use a synergy and change things. But, is this going to be a Mimic? I haven't found a Mimic in a while. That's going to be in Asura's armor. What's that going to be about? Boosts attack and renews HP. I take it that is going to be HP regeneration over time. So, the Xylian armor also boosted attack for Aeolio. And that's going to boost Aeolio's attack more than this will, but the HP regen isn't terrible. But what if I give that to someone who, like, I don't know, Tyrell, maybe, who's not in my party, but if I were to put him in my party, he would also be able to make use of the attack buff and the HP regen, so I think that's what I'm going to be going with. Alright, I see Carpe Retractant Posts. That's going to be money. 321 coins. And I guess I was mistaken when I asserted that this looks like the way forward. Because these two things are on different levels. Alright. So, plan B. Wait, what did this thing say? Did it say something like I must pay attention if I want to see the way forward? Which does imply that I'm going to have to use one of the two search or reveal powers. Control emotion and maintain discipline and focus. Okay. That's incredibly vague. But, come on, it reset. Move that aside again. If I were to, maybe use Insight, which is the one that I didn't use here, I do feel like Insight is more useful than... No, nothing popping up. I can't, like, do anything special to these statues. Am I sure that I can't do anything with Search? Oh, you know what I can probably do? I can probably reach that post from here. Alright, thank you, Search. Who has that? That's a Tyrell thing, right? Grip? No? Is that a me thing? That's a me thing. So let's go and use Grip here. And it is within range, barely. And we can use that to zip across. Alright. Let's see. Go and do that again. Make our way over to the other one. I really feel like Search and Insight should have been the same synergy, because they do not exactly the same thing in terms of game mechanics, but in terms of like how you would explain them to someone, they do basically the same thing. So let's go in here, and we've got Douse the fire of my rage. Okay, is anything actually on fire? There's a thing that definitely is asking for a slapping. I know that much. Dry the tears of my sadness. And blow away the mists of my longing. So, let me think about this. If I jump across here, am I going to have to do those things in order? So if we start off by using slap, are we gonna have to, like... douse the fires. Alright, I understand. Am I gonna have to slap this thing a couple of times, and that's going to create the obstacles that we need to do the things that the obelisks told us to do? That looks like a yes. Alright, so that's gonna be... Oh, when I did that, the fire went out. So, if I use... Is it Parch? Arid Heat. If I use Arid Heat here... No? If I use Arid Heat on your stupid face... and again, I'm going into the wrong menu. Because Tyrell and Aeolio both have red hair. Am I gonna have to do them in the order? Alright, hang on. Let me use Slap again. And that's going to unset that one, and that's going to... There was something about mist. How do I get up there? It looks like I'm going to want to be able to get up there somehow. What do I do with this? Okay, let me think about this again. Dry the tears of my sadness. So, this one, the one about dousing flames of rage or whatever. Douse the fire of my rage. That looks like something that I can just, like, do now without having to, really think too hard about it. Like, I can put out the fire just by standing right in front of it. So let me do that. Let me also go and equip that to right, because I think I'm going to be using it a couple of times. What was the, there's 3 of them, I think? It looks like these colors are 120 degrees apart. Yeah, so that's going to be the fire. And I'm not sure if I can get to the second one, but I should definitely be able to get to this one and have Wreath use Douse. And is that going to make anything happen? Not on its own. If I were to come this way, I guess I can stand in front of it. Even if I can't, like, get right up next to it. We can use Douse here, and that is going to have an effect of... Hello? I mean, okay. Maybe I do want to do all 3 of them at the same time before anything happens then. So this is going to be a... That's going to be the tears or whatever. You did not respond to Arid Heat when I stood here, though. There's not another thing I've got to do, is there? This is, I mean, I guess I could use Freeze, but it suggested that I have to do something to dry them. I can push that aside. Okay. What if I stand here and do Arid Heat then? Alright, well, I don't really get why most synergies work from a range, but that one doesn't seem to. But that's going to be 2. Okay. And... what can I do after that? Can I push this? Can I push this down from here? Oh, I see what I'm going to want to do next. To get up to the clouds or whatever. Alright, let's go and bring up the clouds. Purple, creepy-looking fog. Let's go jump across here. We can cold snap this puddle, and now I'm going to be able to actually cross over there. Like this. There we go. And now I believe Karis has Whirlwind, which is going to be the thing. We haven't needed Whirlwind much recently, but now we're actually going to use Whirlwind, and that's going to... that clown face statue is not having the best of days with all all that slapping and whatnot. But let's go drop down here. We can use Fireball once again to melt this puddle. And now we can go through the door. Okay. Have to work a little for that one. And what's in here? Umbra Cowl. Okay, that sounds like... Is that going to be another cursed item? It had that vaguely sinister purple look that a lot of cursed items have. Nope. Proof against light. Interesting. If I give that to someone else... Small defense buff for Sveta. Only Sveta... Karis can't wear it. Only the Jupiter Adepts. No. Sveta and... Only Sveta can wear it. Okay. Oh, was there something about... was there something about, like, you had to be dressed up in shadow? Earlier in the game? I can't remember. I can't remember who told me that and why. But I feel like someone told me that, like, I had to be, like, garbed in shadow or something to make something happen. And that sounds like... I'm gonna have to put that on Sveta in order to make that happen. Was that in Yamata? That was like the last... Maybe it was in the Champa camp? Whatever. Anyway, we still have to go back to Tonfun. So let's go and work our way around up here. And you know what I bet I'm gonna have to do? I just thought of this like just now, but I bet I'm gonna have to go back to those other 3 like mysteriously locked areas, use Himi's search on them. And then I'll be able to enter them, and then I'll get other pieces of the Umbra or whatever. And then once I've united the 3 Deathly Hallows, or the 4 Deathly Hallows, or whatever there is, I think there were 4 of them in total, I'll be able to make story progress. That's probably what's going to happen. Alright. So before I go back to Tonfun, what's this? Is this going to be the entrance to the Endless Wall? I think it is. Okay, I guess I can take this detour before going back to the palatial-looking thing. If I use Freeze here... couple of times. Actually, I might have wanted to use Freeze on the other one first because I think I can't get around this. Oh, no, I can. If I use Freeze here, that will allow me to jump over this gap and climb up the tree. Let's see. I'm working on the puzzles before I've even, like, seen the full lay of the land here, which maybe I should have done that first. But there's a treasure chest up there. No obvious way to get to it, but there's probably going to be like a drop down or something from above that's just out of sight. Yeah, alright, there's drop downs. Can I go in here? Doors firmly shut. That's a no. In that case, let me just run around to the puzzle that I did solve. And I think I can hop over there. I can grow this vine. And we can go upstairs. But before I go inside, what happens if I climb up this tree? Does anything happen if I climb up that tree? That tree is just for decoration. Alright, let's go and sneak inside the Endless Wall. Great Wall of China, whatever. If I do that, that's just... Alright, yeah, that's just a drop down. So, the one on the far right is the one I want to take if I want to get to that treasure. For the love of God. If you're gonna reset the puzzles, at least, like, wait until I go back out into the overworld or something. Anyway, let's go back inside, and if I come down, there's some really nice-looking windows there. We've got... Ooh, lightning strikes. Wow. Alright. Thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening. Let's go, do I want to work my way, like, bottom up or top down? Bottom up it is. I don't suppose... Nope. Alright. Let me go back down then. Does that lightning flash happen every time I go, like, across a certain tile on the stairs, or is it just, like, on an interval? I think it might just be on an interval. So this is going to be the start. This is the front door, which I can't go through. There is... my first reaction was that, like, a Dragon Quest slime, but I think that's supposed to be fire. Light the signal fire to send smoke to the heavens. That's easy enough. It would be easier if we weren't constantly flashing with lightning and, like, obscuring my vision. But we can go cast Fireball on this. And that is not what you meant. Okay. Do I have to cast Fireball on the tile? Oh, it's a thermal. I have to get up. I have to go up and ride the thermal. I guess that's what it was talking about when it said like ride to the heavens or whatever. But let's jump over here and use Aeolio's thermal power. Ooh, that's a nice one. It's a couple of tiles inside instead of just one like the other one was. All right, where can I actually jump off? So we are now above where I would have wanted to drop out the window, jump out the window in order to get to the treasure over there. 15,000 experience points. I've been getting a lot from most battles and I haven't been calling them out, but 15,000 experience points. That's more than the last boss I fought. Alright, Himi gained a level. I've also not really been calling out the level ups because they've been coming so fast and frequently. Aeolio gained a level. Anyone in backup getting a level? Nobody in backup gained a level. But alright. 15,000 experience points. I do need to heal after that, but wow. These shadow enemies really do give you a lot of rewards for defeating them. So if I come down this way, we can make it sort of past. Not really. Alright, we can't really go that much farther past where the stairs were broken. So I was hoping that I'd be able to like go around and find out where exactly I can. Oh wait, you know what? I'm really dumb. All right, I can walk around this way, and I can get to the drop down, and I can get to the treasure chest, and like the rest of the stuff on the endless wall, who cares, right? But we're gonna take some lucky pepper there, and Karis has the that's not items either. Karis has the lucky pepper, and we're gonna give that to who has the lowest luck stat right now. Amidi does, by a lot actually. And now we can, is there anything else I can do in there, or am I going to have to actually go back to Ton Fun and do story stuff? And of course I'm going to have to go and, Right, anyway, so I'm going to climb out here again, and if there's anything else that I can do on the endless wall, like run off in this direction, I'll do it. I definitely need to heal after that. Anyway, let's see what awaits us on the endless wall. Oh. Ye, whose goal is the light, show me the three treasures so that I might see them with my own eyes. So that's one. It doesn't seem complete yet. And I guess that's all I can do on the endless wall then. Alright. So back to Tunfin it is. And we're going to go drop down here. We're going to go, I wish I could say I'm going to walk out the front door, but I don't think the front door is open right now, so I'm going to have to go walk out this way. And what did we actually accomplish there other than like 15,000 experience? And like the battle right after that gave me 11,000 experience. That was in like 2 fights I got 26,000 experience, which is a lot. But we I guess knowledge is probably the most important thing that I got out of that, like knowing what I have to do to progress past the endless wall later on in the game. So for now, let's run back to Tonfun. And is there anything else I can go, anywhere else I can go before like running off up in this direction into that big important looking building? Oh, this is town. What I saw earlier was the gate. Alright, I'll run around town a little bit and then I'm gonna end it off. Ko's no longer Emperor of Sana, thank goodness. The old Emperor was a fiend and a warmonger. Yeah, I remember him. Let's just go in here and see what everyone has to say. Check what everyone's cooking in the most literal way possible. That's an antidote, which I don't really care about. This is the inn. Yeah, sure, why not? I got 82,000 gold right now, and not really anything that I care to use it on, so we'll spend a couple of them on your inn right here. Alright, have a nice trip. Was there actually the symbol for the inn above this? Oh, there is. It's on the door. Thought this was just a regular house. Stove. Was looking for the stove. What's cooking? Tonfun stir fry. A little burnt. Oops, but still delicious. Definitely an old-timey China feel here. And also the music. There's also that. Lord Sun was always so bright. But now I can look right at him because Lady Moon blocks the light. Emperor Unan wants to stop the fight between Lord Sun and Lady Moon. Oh, that was a box I could check. I thought that was a box I could push, but that was gold. So there's an old guy who's just taking a nap up here. What do you have to say? Can I just like slap on you to wake you up? What's in here? You two. If anyone can heal our nation, it's Emperor Unan. He is wise and kind and loved by his people. All right. The old Emperor Ko loved war. We warred everywhere, and our young men were sent off to fight. Emperor Ko died a few years ago. Luckily, King Wo was away, and Unan could become emperor. Alright. That is another one of those rice rations. I've got one of those. I haven't been using it to heal because I kind of feel like it looks different, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna need to give it to someone for like a quest or something like that, and I don't know if there's a finite number of them in the game. Ginseng. What does that do? Again, not inventory. Ginseng is going to restore at least 50 PP, so that's kind of like the other item. What's in here? You two, all we ever eat in my house is fish. I wonder what they eat in other countries. Sana used to be on a plateau with no access to the sea. Now we get all the fish we can eat. Alright. When I was young, the only fish I got was dried carp. Now we have fresh cod, tuna, and what have you. So we've gone from one kind of fish to multiple kinds of fish. What's in here? The rice dish has a rich mixture of vegetables and herbs mixed in, then fried to a decadent perfection. Alright, this will be a good time to mention that I have once again not eaten lunch. It's an empty pot. I'm probably going to do that as soon as I put this recording down. Let's see, is there anything else out this way? No, there isn't. What about over in this direction? A lot of pots we can inspect. A barrel that's unremarkable and empty. Again, not going to check them all. Have you seen the captain from Lemuria? He is no mere trader, he carries himself like a warrior. Are we finally going to figure out what happened to Piers? This legendary island city is home to an advanced civilization isolated from the world by surrounding an ever-present mist. Time passes more slowly for its citizens, who sometimes travel the world in powerful ships of distinctive design. Alright, we definitely remember Lemuria from the last game. What do you have to say? You're the armor vendor. I will go and have a look through your stuff just to see if you've got anything that could really benefit me, but if it's just like a couple of points of whatever here or there, I'm not gonna bother. Yeah. Alright. No thank you. I guess I could sell you some of my more useless items, but maybe later. You people. To the east lies a land of hermits and sages. Emperor Ko once sent men there for the secret of immortality. Was he successful? I guess not, because he died. Princess Himi of Yamata supposedly has amazing powers. Her parents are heroes, so maybe? Alright. So if I hadn't gone and rescued Himi before coming here, that would be a hint that I maybe want to go in that direction. Plump dumpling. So that's more food, again, reminding me that I have not eaten yet today. There's something in this one. That's going to be some crystal powder for Karis. That's like... Is that ice damage in battle? Ice damage in battle, okay. And I didn't actually do this, but I can go behind you and, let's see, inside the salesman's house. A strange ship came in recently, apparently from some place called Lemuria in the south. I've never heard of the place, so it's probably far away. They have some intriguing merchandise, though, so, once again, we've got a lot of people telling us that maybe that, right, you can use the stove as... Seems this oven doesn't get much use. We can use the stove as a mechanism to get to this treasure chest. In this treasure chest is going to be a mint. Alright, so that's once again going to be speed, right? Agility, and... Karis now has 300 speed. Aelia is, like, really slow. I'm really slow. I mean, and a lot of it does also depend on your character class. How much speed your character class has. I guess. Maybe once in a while Aelia won't go last in combat. Alright, let's get out of here. And... let me think about this. I guess I'm gonna want to go, across this bridge to get to the rest of town. Am I? We have ton fun enjoy the light of Lord Sun the year round, but in the western lands, the sunlight is gone. We find it quite eerie. Yeah, I'm sure you can, like, see the shadows on the mountains from here, can't you? Unan became emperor only recently after a great civil war following Emperor Ko's death. We lost many Sonnen territories and our colonists were killed. It saddened Emperor Unan. Alright, there is a Mars genie on that roof. Let's see, I've been recording this video for a little more than a half an hour now. I think I'll end it off. This place is actually bigger than I thought it was when I first walked in. So next time, we're gonna finish exploring Tonfun, and then we're gonna go and probably talk to Emperor Unan or whatever his face is called. And whether or not he gives us any interesting plot advancement, after that we're going to go and unlock the rest of the seals, which I'm hopeful will give us the rest of the equipment that we need for the Umbra whatever. The Umbra garb. My name is Dragonite. This has been Golden Sun Dark Dawn. I hope you all enjoyed that. You should all go check out Wizarducks and the Lost Hat, which is one of the games that I like to work on when I'm not doing YouTube stuff. Link to the Steam page can be found down below. And I will see you all later.